Greetings, YouTube. It is I, Revenge of the Fallen. I've been meaning to do this commentary for quite some time. I know the video is old, but what the hell, it's my channel and I can do what I like. And besides, this video by The Amazing Atheist demands a counter-argument. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Hello there, citizens of the fair YouTubes. I am the YouTube user known by all as the all-powerful Amazing Atheist.
Why, hello there, Amazing Atheist. You sound like William Shatner on a sugar high.
And you're watching me deliver the news to you. Because that's what you like. You like when entertainers and comedians and whatever the hell I am deliver the news to you.
Not really, because most celebrities tend to be liberal douchebags.
You're like little baby birds. You know how a little baby bird needs its mommy bird to digest its food for it and then regurgitate it into its mouth? That's like you. You don't want to read the news. That's boring. So you need me to read it for you and then regurgitate it back into your mouths in a sweet and palatable pulp.
What insane asylum did you escape from?
Because I'm here to entertain you, because I love you so very much. What has my life become? No!
That's what you get when you make money off of YouTube.
Anyway, here's a news story I really like. Chick named Audrey Shea, the vice chairman of the Young Republicans, and the leading candidate to become its chairman in an election this Saturday,
I hate where this is going.
is, get this, ladies and gentlemen, a racist. Dun dun dun!
You find out that one single Republican, is a racist. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Go figure, ladies and gentlemen, a prominent member of the Republican Party, the party of Lincoln, a racist.
If I didn't know any better, I would argue that Lincoln freed the slaves. But I know that Lincoln didn't really care about freeing the slaves. In fact, he was a racist.
What's next? Teenagers kissing? No! Isn't it scary? It's scary. I'm so scared. Feel my pulse. Oh my god, it's racing.
What insane asylum did you escape from?
A guy on her Facebook said this, and I'm going to read this in an appropriately redneck voice. It's the government making us commies. Can't even smoke in my damn car. What's next? They going to issue toilet paper once a month? Tell us to wipe our own asses? Obama bin Laden is the new terrorist. Muslim is on their side. Need to take this country back from all them mad coons and illegals.
Well, what do you know? Skinheads do use Facebook.
He sounds like a charming and articulate fella, don't he?
I could say the same thing about you.
And what did Miss Audrey Shea respond to this particular comment with? Well, she said, "You tell him, Eric, LOL." I like the LOL because it signifies that Eric's comment was so hilarious as well as being so very insightful.
That's your evidence that Audrey Shea is a racist. You know, this reminds me of Keith Olbermann when he accused Scott Brown of being a promoter of violence against women when someone at his rally shouted for Martha Coaxley to shove a curling iron up her ass, and Scott Brown dubiously replied, "We can do this." Same line of thinking.
Here's my question, boys and girls. Who is surprised that the Republican Party has yet another racist in their midst?
That's assuming most Republicans are racist.
Is anyone really shocked that there is racism in the Republican Party at this point?
My god, you're assuming most Republicans are racist.
Isn't that kind of just old hat? Don't we kind of understand that the Republican Party is racist?
Scratch that, you're assuming all Republicans are racists. Gee, I'm a Republican, though I consider myself to be more of a libertarian. I'm not racist. Most of my friends are Republicans. They're not racist. In fact, most of the Republicans I know aren't racists. I know most races tend to be Republican, but that doesn't mean most Republicans are racists.
I mean, isn't that pretty much their platform at this point? Racism and Jesus? All they can do is wave a flag and wave a cross and say, "We love Jesus, we love America, we hate black people, we're the Republicans, vote for us."
I'll give you half credit. It is annoying that Republicans tend to use patriotism and Christianity as tools to garner votes, though I don't recall any Republicans using racism in the same effect.
And I know a lot of you out there will be like, well, what about such and such? What about this black Republican or that black Republican? I mean, the only black Republicans I can even name off the top of my head are Alan Keyes, who is evil, and Colin Powell, who most of the Republicans hate for not being evil enough.
Don't forget Condoleezza Rice. but I guess they don't count because they're evil? Last time I checked, Al Sharpton and Jeremiah Wright were evil, and both of them were Democrats.
Plus, look at Colin Powell. He barely looks black. He's more like a pale mocha. He looks like coffee with way too much cream in it.
You know, you just described Obama.
But you know, when it comes to black Republicans, I'll always remember the scene that I saw when I went to go cast my vote in 2004, when it was Bush versus Kerry. I saw a scene that I've never forgotten since then. There was a black man wearing a suit and a tie, and he was like, "I am a black Republican." And there was another black guy who was just dressed in normal black guy garb, who looked at him right in the eye and said, "Why don't you just shoot yourself?"
So you're going to trust the gangsta thug over the lawyer. Smart call there, bro. Smart call.
And it wasn't like he was saying that he wished death upon that person. He was saying, why would you harm yourself so much intentionally, unless it was just through ignorance?
How the hell is he hurting himself by being a Republican? For that matter, how are the Republicans hurting black people? The only ways I can guess Republicans could harm black people is by voting against welfare and affirmative action. With welfare, that's assuming all black people are poor and require welfare, and if you do assume that, you are a racist. Not all poor people are black, some of them are white, and really, the main argument against welfare is that it's a government program that doesn't work that well and wastes money. And as far as affirmative action goes, nobody should get preferential treatment just because of the color of their skin, be they black or white. Nobody should be given a job or receive a free ride through college just because they were born black. It should be a matter of merit, not skin color. This is common sense, not racism.
Because being a black Republican is like being a Jewish Nazi.
Being a black Republican is like being a Jewish Nazi. Nice analogy there.
It just doesn't exist, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot be two completely contrary things.
How can it be contrary? Skin color isn't the same thing as political party.
To be a Republican is to hate black people.
You know what? Many Southern Democrats supported segregation. And are you familiar with the Civil Rights Act of 1963? You know, the one that put an end to segregation and helped ensure equal rights to blacks? Guess which party helped pass the act with the majority of votes? You'd be surprised. Just so I can have some credibility, I'm posting a link to an article in the sidebar. The article's about Republicans and civil rights. I hope it enlightens some of the Democrats in the audience.
To be a black person is to be a black person. To be a black Republican is to be a black person who hates his own people. That doesn't make sense.
According to your batshit logic, Martin Luther King hated his own people.
If you think I'm treating Republicans unfairly here, that I'm exaggerating, then do me a favor and turn on Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity and just listen to them speak for a little while.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to partially agree with you. Rush Limbaugh is a fat pile of shit. I don't watch Hannity that much, but I don't recall him saying anything racist.
Remember when Bill O'Reilly went to that soul food joint a while back with a black friend of his, and he was marveling over the fact that they use silverware just like a normal restaurant?
That's your evidence that Bill O'Reilly is a racist. You don't expect ethnic restaurants to have the same eating utensils as other restaurants. According to your batshit logic, a person is racist if he marvels over the fact that Chinese restaurants have chopsticks and silverware.
The Republican Party is the party of racist douchebags. That is a well-known fact.
Do me a favor and look up Senator Robert Byrd.
And to be fair, the Democratic Party is the party of sniveling little castrated wusses.
While you're at it, make sure you look up Senator Alan Grayson.
So I don't like that party either. As far as I'm concerned, this is your political choices in America. Evil, douchebags, whining pussbags. That's all you got, folks.
Oh, please don't fucking claim you're a moderate, because that's like claiming Michael Moore as a moderate. You just don't fit the description, you corporation-fearing, religion-hating, left-leaning asshole. You're just like Keith Olbermann when he said, "I'm not liberal, I'm an American." Fuck you!
So don't be shocked when the Republicans are racist, and don't be shocked when the Democrats are too spineless to accomplish anything, because that's just the status quo, and it's not worth printing a news story about. You know, what the real story would be if you could find a Republican who wasn't racist, or a Democrat who actually had some spine. Amazing Atheist, peace out.
You know, I'm not shocked that this guy has thousands of subscribers. I'm shocked that this guy is taken seriously. Because if this video proved anything, it's that he's a fucking idiot. This is Revenge of the Fallen, signing off.